Good. Cathaoirleach. Minister, as you are well aware, Borden has a very proud history of generating energy for many decades throughout this country. But the other thing they did, and they took very seriously as part of their remit, was the generation of jobs and employment across communities in Kildare, Laois, Offaly and all across the Midlands. And I am really heartened by my engagement with present senior management in Borden now that they take that responsibility just as seriously. We know, as Storm Lorenzo is on our doorstep for tomorrow, it will join with the other famous names we have got so familiar with, from Storm Ophelia, Storm Emma, Storm Ali. We know the threats and we know the reality of climate change now. There can be no denying that. And we know change needs to be made. And in dealing with Borden I am heartened by the changes they are making in terms of their business model to try and continue to be able to provide that source of employment and opportunities in a more climate-friendly approach, and using the large resource they have in their land bank to be able to be a positive in terms of sequestering carbon and all the rest as we move in that direction. But key and at the heart of this, and I know you get this, Minister, is the whole area of just transition. A just transition for Borden workers, for their families and for the communities who are so dependent on that income all the way along. With every crisis and with every challenge, there also faces huge opportunities. And in that we see the lack of skilled staff we have in the whole area of retrofitting and other technologies that we will need to do so much more of, that we will see more money as increased income comes from carbon tax and carbon pricing. That will give us more opportunities to invest into those key areas. And what we need to do is call on all of the agencies of the state, and I know I commend the work that is done to date through the whole of government approach, to make sure that in areas like social protection, where we have the back to enterprise allowance, in areas like education, where we can reskill workers, in areas like the Department of Enterprise, where for those who want to start their own business, that we support those workers who take those job opportunities across the Midlands, so that we can contain and continue those really important economic activity across our rural communities in the Midlands. And I believe Just Transition and Borden is the perfect pilot to roll out Just Transition into the future.